Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? And today is Tuesday. It's your second day of remote learning. So well done to everybody for yesterday's efforts. Thank you so much for all the lovely recounts that I got in. Keep them coming in. It's so wonderful to read them actually and to know that you all had such a lovely Christmas. So 3 things for today, guys. Number 1, we are going to look at the calendar. And we're going to look at some ordinal numbers, okay? We have done those already, so it's just a refresher. And we're going to fill in some dates. There's nothing happening in January, so we need to change that, okay? We need to make stuff happen, even if it's crazy and just in our imaginations. We're going to do that today. So that's the first thing. We're going to do some work on the calendar. The second thing then, we're going to do some work in our copy based on the calendar and time, and maybe then looking at some promises for the new year, okay, for 2021, guys. Yeah, it's a new year, so we want to stay positive, we want to create some goals and maybe a little reflection also on the year gone by. The third thing then, number 3, that I want you to do today is continue with your reading. 15 minutes. Fill it into your reading logs, and if you can read aloud even for 5 of those minutes, it would be fantastic. To read to a younger brother or sister, to mum or dad. Phone your granny and read to her on the phone. It doesn't matter, but reading aloud actually is a whole other skill than silent reading, because you've got to give it expression. You might need to practice it first. So let's challenge ourselves today to read aloud to somebody. You can also record yourself and reading to me. I would absolutely love to hear you reading. So that's another option. Okay, so let's begin. The calendar. So most of you have one. I got a lovely gift this year of a calendar. So we're going to have a little look at that. So I'm just going to come back. Okay, so here it is, guys. January 2021. Not much happening. I have a few friends' birthdays. My niece is 21. I've marked those dates in. Nothing much else happening, so we need to rectify that. So I'm going to put in some wacky stuff here that I may not even do, but let's just have a laugh and imagine that I am going to dye my hair purple on the 28th of January. I might go to Disneyland on the 19th. Maybe I'll learn how to play the violin on the 14th. Okay, guys, we've done this before. Let's let's fill in those calendars. Let's have an imaginary life for January. So let's see how many dates you can fill in on your calendar today. Brilliant if you have a calendar at home to do it on. If you don't, I will be popping one onto Seesaw, a blank template that you can fill in as well. Now, onto the ordinal numbers. Okay, so as you can see, this calendar here, the 1st of January is just 1. But we don't say the 1 of January. Sure we don't. We always say the 1st of January. So these numbers are actually missing very important letters to help us pronounce them and say them correctly. So that's another challenge for you today. I want you to do that on your calendar. For example, let me use my marker maybe. Instead of the 1, then we're going to fill in an S and a T there. Okay, so it's no longer the 1 of January, it is the 1st of January. You can do the same then for the 2nd, 3rd, and then 4th, and so on. All the way, guys, up until the 31st of January. Okay. Now, guys, over to our copy work for today. Again, sticking with the calendar and time, we begin as we do every day with our date in the top corner, the 12th of the 1st, 21. And our title today is calendar. Look at the spelling of calendar, that sound at the end of the word, normally ER, but changing to AR. So we're going to learn to spell that later on. I want you to write down the time in digital, if you can.
as you are working. And I used a €2 coin here to draw a mini clock. I began filling it in by placing the 12 here, then the 6, then I did the 3, then I did the 9, and then I filled in between. Okay, so see if you can draw yourself a clock and perhaps even draw in the hands of the time correctly. Maybe you'll need the help of an adult with that. We will be doing some work on time over the coming weeks. I want you to write the day, and we're also going to learn how to spell that word today. The date using our ordinal numbers, and January. Notice, guys, these are proper nouns. They have capital letters at the beginning. Notice the capital letters taking up the full space between the lines. My small letters are uniform in size. That means they are all the same size. Season, guys, is winter, capital W. Our year then is 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. And we are going to learn how to spell those 4 words then today by look, say, cover, write, and check. So I'm going to look at the word calendar. I'm going to say the word calendar, calendar, C-A-L-E-E, calendar, calendar. Okay, so I'm breaking it up into pieces there to help myself, calendar. Okay, I'm going to cover it up now and I'm going to have a go. Cal and R. Yes. Okay, you have a bit of space there to try again if you got it wrong, and continue for the other 3 words. All right, one more activity to go. I'm just going to pause record and I'll be back to you. And it's a Happy New Year activity, okay, based on our numbers 2021 2021. So the first thing I want you to do is write 2 things that you achieved last year. My goodness, second class, you have achieved so much since September. You should have no problem picking out 2 things there. B, write something you will try to stop doing in the coming year. Okay, that's maybe you have bad habits. I'm not sure. Do you have any bad habits? Time to reflect and think about that one. Okay, C is write the names of 2 people you want to get to know better. Okay, so they can be people in your neighborhood. They can be people in school, in your family. Okay, so have a think about that. And the last one then is write 1 thing that you hope to achieve in the coming year. That's a big one. 1 goal. Okay, keep it simple, keep it achievable, and stick with it. Okay. Guys, that activity also comes as a nice flap activity here, which I will upload as well today for you, okay?